Hello, hello. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about Ogerpon-Cornerstone and kind of how I feel about it. It's been a long-awaited video, or at least for me. I really wanted to make this video for a while, but I was a little anxious about it. So I'll just be laddering with some of these Ogerpon teams. I actually made like a little cornerstone. Ignore all of this. I made a little bit of a selection for Ogerpon-Cornerstone. So I'm just going to be loading some of these in the background while I kind of talk about a few of the points. Um, Took the liberty to kind of read a little bit on what the general consensus were on Ogerpon from Smogon, and I saw some points that kind of seemed like they were coming up a lot with the pro ban. Hint, hint. I'm not really the biggest fan of pro ban. I think the mon is. I think it's a strong mon, but I don't think it's ban worthy. So let's just get into that, right? I think it's strong in that, as people kind of made the point, it's really hard to wall it. It's not easy to wall it immediately because of the fact that the main walls are going to be like steel types, like Metagross, maybe Tankaton, or, the tried and true Chestnut, which is fair. It's fair. It's a fine point. Please brave bird me. Dang it. Um, It's fine. I'll just sub on him. He'll go Azumarill. And I do apologize. I'm gonna be playing this live in the background, so you'll probably just I'll be like mixing a little bit of the commentary with my opinion. Okay, well this is fine. He's gonna kill himself with Brave Bird. Oh, no, he's not. Oh my gosh, he was so close. Come on, I was totally gonna sub there. Okay, I gotta sub again here. He's just trolling me at this point. He whirlwinded. Okay, but see, my Ogerpon comes out into the Skarmory, and I'm not killing the Skarm really immediately. It's a little bit threatening, but if this thing turns into a fighting type and like kills me, then I'm gonna die. Okay, yeah. See, this is like just awful for me. I could SD there and then go for like an Ivy, Terra Ivy, but it's still not the end game. I just need to try and put this into range of the low kicks, but it's not. Uh, oh, night and day. Okay, that's great. That's great. Very nice. We do get lucky and get the crit there, but people argue, oh, he sacks the Skarm very nicely. People argue, it's hard to wall it without having one of those three mons, and it's fair. It's a breaker that is very strong if you are able to get it going. All right, let's see. I'm here. I think he's not EQ. I think he's not EQ. Oh my gosh, he's not. He is EQ. Wow. Okay, I was wrong as rain. Well, I don't have toxic here, so I guess I just don't stay in to see what this thing's gonna do to me. I'll go. I gotta go Hippo, I guess. Then I can roar him. I hope he doesn't liquidation. That would be embarrassing. But yeah, it's not really the easiest mon to wall, but it's really hard for the mon to get out, right? This team is a BO team, this team I'm using right here. It's dedicated to kind of having these slow pivots like the Mandibuzz, maybe even the low kicks, maybe even the fast pivots like Rachi, that allow for it to come in after. Okay, he's gonna liquidation me, but it's not gonna kill, I don't think. But EQ did a lot of damage. I don't know. But it allows for it to come in, but it still has to kind of work for it, right? We got a little lucky with that Skarm, but Skarm is still able to wall it pretty decently. And any mon that's in front of the Ogerpon-Cornerstone kind of prevent it from clicking SD, because it's not a very it's a frail mod is what I'm trying to make the point of, right? It can't just be swapped in and then start breaking teams. Like, even though it would be very strong if I could get it out here, I don't know if this Gastrodon is gonna Terra. All right, I'm gonna roar here. Okay, as he does waterfall, it's fine. Let's see if he flinches. Okay, no flinch. Great. This is probably Moxie boosted. He might outrage me. Just go Mandy. Be safe. Okay, yeah, this is completely fine. I'll just foul play here. I could go for a turn into Terra on the low kicks, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna hit him in the face. Okay, should be good damage. I don't know if this kills. Oh yeah, that hella counts. But yeah, Ogerpon-Cornerstone, it really has to condition, right? Like, it really wants to be slow. Like, I'm gonna sack my mon here. Like, I have to sack. No, he's slow as Azumarill? This guy hates me. Why is he even rain on this team, man? I don't even understand. Okay. Whatever, it's fine. If he does that, as long as he's not protect, we're fine. If he's protect, we might be goobed. Don't be protect. Okay, yeah, I had to sack that, and now I can bring out my Ogerpon-Cornerstone. But, you know, here's like the risk. If this is Terra Steel, and he turns into a Terra Steel Mon, then, you know, I'm not going to be happy. Otherwise, okay, let's see. Okay, he's going to sack. That's fine. Terra Steel could be very devastating for me. The Gengar comes out. This is fine. I could just go into my Mandibuzz if I want to. Yeah, but I mean, like, this is another example, right? The Gengar kind of coming out, these 350s. If this is a Scarf Gengar, then he's gonna outspeed me and be able to Focus Blast me, and I can't really do anything to stop that. Or even if he's just a 350, there's like, unless I'm running Trailblaze, I'm always going to have to be hit with this conundrum. So if I ever clicked SD on that Skarmory early, and he decided he wanted to force the 50-50, or this is a Sash Gengar, right? I didn't get up rocks. I have to condition for the Ogerpon to do stuff. Right? It's not just you come in, you win. Even if the guy doesn't have walls, traditional walls for me. And so that's kind of the task that Ogerpon is facing right now, is that it has to deal with that. I kind of want to go hard Rachi right now. I like, with all my heart and soul, I want to go hard Jirachi, but it's such a bad play. Oh my gosh, it's such a bad play. I can't bring myself to do it, I'm sorry. Hard Rachi is too wrong. No, I'm doing it. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got lucky, a little bit lucky there. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, the Gengar comes out. It's really annoying. I'm just gonna Iron Head here because if he does go for like anything other than switching into his Gastrodon, I'm fine. If he goes Politoed, it's fine too. But you know, it's about predicting and understanding sets, and if you don't know what the set is, then you can't really kill them. I should be able to go into my low kicks for free here, even if he goes for the thing. I'm gonna tear my low kicks. Yeah, this is completely fine here. I could knock him, but I'm not going to. So the second kind of point that I want to put is like revenge killing, right? Even if it does set up, right, and it kills him on, you know, revenge killing is very easy, right? You know, it can set up. People argue that it sets up on like the Skarms, it sets up on like the Toxapexes, and then all of a sudden it kind of just snowballs from there, right? It's like it's breaking your entire team, it's breaking your legs. You know, you got to go to a hospital or something. But you know, it's strong in that aspect. I won't deny it. But oh, this better not be Scarf, bro. This could be like Scarf for max speed. I don't know what this is. Like, sorry, not Spook of Scarf. I think this is like Specs, maybe. I think I just sacked the Mandibuzz. But if I go Ogerpon, I'm gonna look goofy. Okay. So, like, if this is Scarf, I look so silly because I'm gonna die. He's gonna kill me with Surf. He'll be offensive, obviously, just the same. And if he Terra's here, then, you know, my Ogerpon's dead. Like, the Ogerpon always is afraid of Terra, because if they Terra and you get the play wrong, like, this is a prediction-based mon, then you're gonna get killed, right? You're gonna get revenge killed. But, you know, in regards to, like, the traditional revenge killers, you know, beyond just, like, them having a Sash or them having, okay, he's gonna speed time me. Let's spice things up. I'll go Hippo here, be a little spicy. Actually, it's fine, I'll just die. So beyond that, we've got like Scarfers, fighting type Scarfers like Mienshao and Zapdos. They've gotten significantly better. Even Mons like, you know, Scarf Metagross, like Scarf Metagross, Scarf Excadrill, these weird random Scarfers. Ogerpon has to be aware of that. It has to be wary, they have to be knowledgeable, and they can't just, you know, click buttons into them. Because if I click Ivy Cudgel, thinking it's the freest move in the world, and they go out into their fighting type guy, their Mienshao that's like living the hit, their Excadrill that's obviously living the hit, and we've seen that. We've seen Scarf Excadrill literally come in on Ogerpon Ivy and then force it out, because you either stay in and die to the Iron Head since it's Mold Breaker, or, you know, you look a little bit goofy. And just take the L. I do apologize. I guess I got messaged on Steam or something. Oh no, we're fighting a mirror match. No, I just wanted to use HO. Okay, this freaking sucks. Okay, this is fine. This will be like an example. His HO is better than mine, like significantly better. But you know, this is kind of oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm getting messaged so much. I don't know. It's like a friend of mine. But like, yeah, it's got to be wary about that. And it's got to be knowledgeable about how it's going to. Oh I'm gonna try to win with my River Room. How it's going to get in, and then how it's going to deal with the mons that can come in and come out. So they have to be it's a predict based mon. It's a skill based mon. You don't just come in and win the game. Is what I'm trying to argue here. And especially like if they do go for like the Terra, right? People argue that if they Terra after they SD maybe on like the pegs, and then they kill the pegs with Terra because like I'll pull up the calc real quick. Terra, I think Terra SD. I think after that, yeah, it's like a roll to kill like this weird Scarm set, but if they're like max defense Scarm, then you look goofy boofy. You like they live pretty handily, but they don't kill you with body press, so it's like fine. The worst case is like when they live and then they go for like a Terra fighting, and this is like a, people argue it's really hard to wall it, but like one of the weakest players I would say to Ogerpon-Cornerstone is Franco, and he's kind of had this kind of solution to his Ogerpon-Cornerstone to answer with just finding a fighting type guy and then slapping that on their team, like a fighting type Terra, and slapping it on the team. I'll get back to the game in a second, but just to kind of pull up a replay that is a little bit older. This one that had Torn, his solution is not only does he have mons that are faster, right? And that the Greninja, obviously Torn was like a portion of it, the AV Torn. Well, it wasn't even AV Torn with Focus Blast, so this was actually setup fodder for the Ogerpon-Cornerstone. But having the Greninja, maybe the Espeon, and the Tinkaton, but this Terra fighting Mandibuzz, like defensive walls that just like turn into a Terra fighting mon, are very devastating. I should have let off with my Iron Jugulus. Now I'm gonna look goofy, because we don't want this mon to die, and he's gonna Willow me maybe. Maybe he Willows. I'm gonna go for the spin turn one. Okay, yeah. That was a maybe Willow, and he did go for it. Okay, that's fine. I can go for a Tail Glow potentially here. Just do it. Okay, that's great. That's actually amazing for us. Phenomenal. Yeah, we just go for double surf. We're in a very good position here. So Ogerpon-Cornerstone can come out after this Mew inevitably gets up hazards. This is probably slow Mew. But now it's got to worry about me Terraing. And if I Terra, then all of a sudden their Ogerpon-Cornerstone just literally got nothing going. And it's okay if I Terra, because, I mean, this is an HO matchup, so I don't really need... Oh my gosh, this is freaking... Okay, I'm never clicking this Terra anyway. This is fine. The only Terra I would click is the Reviver Room. Hornleech doesn't even kill me either, so they have to be Power Whip here. They have to be Power Whip. And they might SD here. Honestly. I don't want them to Trailblaze, guaranteed. If they Trailblaze, then I'm cooked. So I definitely just Terra here and Ice Beam. If we freeze him, the game's probably over. But yeah, see, now they have to worry about that. And they miss. That's another aspect of Power Whip, right? Like, you can have all your ducks aligned. Yeah, this is a terrible position for my opponent. I feel really bad for them. You can have all your ducks aligned, and if you want to use like a grass type move that's very strong, the Power Whip, then you can miss. Oh, he goes for the IV Cudgel. I don't really agree with that. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, okay, yeah, he loses the game there, 100%. Yeah, the IV Cudgel was definitely not it. He had to go for the Power Whip to put me into range of this, this Hurricane, but he didn't do that. It's unfortunate that he missed, though. I feel bad for him. It's so unfortunate he missed. But see, like, Ogerpon-Cornerstone has to worry about Terra, and if they get it wrong, then they just get pushed back so much. And this is, like, not even in context of, like, the fighting type mons that I was talking about before, those Scarf fighting type mons, those Scarf random mods. Maybe they have a random sash mods, right? There's a lot of things that you got to put into perspective. It's not just it comes in and it's very strong. And this is all also in the context of, like, how do we get the mod in? How do we get it? We have to use, like, we see Mossy Sandwich using, like, a Slowking version of it, of the team. Let's see. I'm trying to find out if I have, like, a slow pivot here. Mossy Sandwich is using, like, a Slowking to try to get in. I've seen some people use a Pheasantipity. Just slow pivots that can manage to get it in. We'll try for this one up here, this top one. Even like fast pivots, like this Volt Turn team here. I really don't like that this has a Sandy Shocks on it. Okay, thank goodness. I don't want there to be a Sandy Shocks on this team. I want something different here. Maybe a Blissey. I'll put like a freaking Blissey on this team. Screw it. It's gonna have a Blissey. With Healing Wish. But you've got to commit a lot of your options to the Ogerpon-Cornerstone, and if they tear it and they ruin your Ogerpon-Cornerstone, they tear into a fighting type Skarmory, and they body press, they tear into like a fighting type Mandibuzz, and you try to set up on them, then you get screwed. And it's not like Mandibuzz is dying, right? Mandibuzz actually lives a turn one. Like if they don't click SD and they come in on the Mandibuzz thinking they're all that in a bag of chips, the Mandibuzz can actually live the Ivy Cudgel. Wait, okay, am I missing something? Oh yeah, +2. I was like, wait, it's not supposed to die. It can actually live the Ivy Cudgel and like Foul Play to put them into range of like the low kicks FIMP, even if they Terra, right? Or so they have to commit the Terra. The Terra doesn't even kill them. Oh shoot, they have to commit Terra, and they don't even kill Mandibuzz. So the Mandibuzz can like literally turn in on them, or Skarm can turn in on them and chip them, and then put them into range of like these other answers. Okay, yeah, this should be Scarf. I think I want this to be Scarf. Excadrill with Iron Head. This is turning into a little bit of a building session. I hope this wasn't my rocker. It's turning into a little bit of a building session. Actually, I kind of want to make that Terra Blast, but I'll just keep how it is. I'm going to get Seismic with Healing Wish and Soft Boiled. And then we'll just go for the standard this right here. It's not going to be that long of a session, I promise. I'm just, I'm getting a little bit into the building spirit. Okay, that's supposed to be the plus. And then I'll go for, I don't know, some HP. I want to keep it odd, though. I don't know. I'll keep it HP. Oh, now I remember. I made this freaking body slam with, like, a freaking Serene Grace. And I'll make you this this Terra Ghost, so that if I fight, like, a Thunderous, they lose. And I'll make this, a Volt Switch Grass Knot. Let's see. So this is a physically offensive team, I guess. Make this thing Citrus with Belly. Yeah, I want to make it Belly Drum. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so sorry, I'm getting lost in sauce. So this is kind of bringing me up to the next point that people kind of make, is that idea of experimentation with Ogerpon-Cornerstone, right? Like, you see like those Healing Wish Gardevoir sets, and this is kind of a point that I wanted to stick on to pretty handily, is that, it does have like a 100% win rate. Like, unironically, Healing Wish Ogerpon-Cornerstone has won like 100% of that. I think I've got some of the games open here, like freaking crying. Who knows if this was Healing Wish or not? This isn't one of the examples, but this was like a Healing Wish mon potentially and Ogerpon. But people like okay, oops, this is not one. I swear I had them open. Oh, here we go. Like Eternally was spamming it. Eternally used it twice, and actually used it in the most recent, the controversial timeout PDT game. I'll find it eventually. Here we go. Like, where is it? I swear I had it somewhere. I've got these all out of whack. Okay, here we go. The controversial PDT game, right? Where the Healing Wish, I don't even know if it actually came into play, but it's just been very strong. It's a very strong concept of having the Scarfmon and potentially being able to bring Ogerpon-Cornerstone back. So I'm not denying that it's got potential. That's why I'm building this team right here with it. But I don't think that it's like you're able to just make it and win for free, right? You still have to put in some effort. Make this a Steel type. We'll see if we can actually even win for free. This is supposed to be our Rex account, so if I do lose with this, I'm gonna look goofy. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I did not do the math on whether or not this is higher than 350. Yeah, this is higher than 350. Great. So that's good. Yeah, we'll ladder with this a little bit. And looks like freaking Scarf Extra is going to go crazy here. But here's an example of like a team that admittedly does not have like an answer for Ogerpon lead. So I could lead off with Ogerpon and I really wouldn't be like threatened that much. Best case scenario, they go with their Cobalion, or not their Cobalion, they go with their Cleaver and they like ruin my livelihood. But like otherwise, it's fine. So I'll literally just go here, turn one, I'll just Ivy Cudgel them. They'll probably be Sash or something, but it's okay. Because I can just go Blissey, or I can go into my Azu, or I can go into my Excadrill. It's fine. I'll go Blissey for now. Let's see if he has Psyshock. Maybe he does? Do I even want to kill him, honestly? Yeah, okay. I'm going to Body Slam here. Yeah, I'll Body Slam. Okay. But, it's very strong. I think that experimenting a little bit with it. You can kind of see the potential. Please do not click CC on me like a goat, bro. I do not want to look goofy. Come on. Oh, he's agilitying. Well, that's okay, because that's not good for him. Maybe I click T-Wave here and then kill him like a goat. No, I don't need to do that. I'm gonna win with the Azum roll probably. Azu's almost surely gonna win. I could Rocks here probably, and Azu still wins. That's how confident I am. No, I'm not actually that confident. I kind of need to land this T-Wave if I want to go for Rocks. All right, let's do it. Please land, please land, please land, please land. Yes! Oh my gosh. And I can kill him. Okay, that's great. All right, let's go for Rocks here. Yeah, I'm going to go into my drill next, and I'll kill him. If he goes for another agility, that's fine. He's going to look goofy-boofy when I inevitably go into my Azumarill and live whatever attack he's about to do. If he gets paired, I might do a backflip. Okay, so yeah, back to the point. This is not going to be a very long video. It's supposed to be like 10 to 15 minutes. This is supposed to be in direct contrast to like the passionate videos, but it's coming over to 21. So let's wrap it up. So I think it's it's got a lot of room for experimentation, and you can kind of do a lot of stuff with it, but it still has to have like mods that can allow for it to come in. It can't just come in for free, right? I let off with it there in order to kind of get momentum, because this team looked like it was free, like it didn't have an answer. But even still, when it seemed like it didn't have an answer, boom, there's a Sash mod right there I have to worry about. This could have been a potential Scarf mod. This could have been a potential Scarf. And then, obviously Gren can lead and maybe be Sash or Scarf. I don't know. Like, all of these could have been Sash. Honestly, this could be a Sash, mono Sash team, and I could be silly Billy, but they have to worry about that. They can't just like go into Ogerpon and win the game. And if they want to go for Trailblaze, like to avoid this happening to them, this, where the Power Whip misses, then they trade off power. Like Trailblaze into Ivy Cudgel was not going to kill my Manaphy. So my Manaphy Terra'd, and then they just looked silly because they didn't kill my Manaphy and I kill him in two. So they lose their Ogerpon. It's not like using a different grass move is good. And people have even argued that it's got like a lot of ingenuity in terms of experimentation. It can go like U-turn, like I pulled up this video, this one right here of Punny fighting Ogerpon lead turn 1 and losing 2 mons because it clicked a U-turn on the Iron Leaves. So it's crazy. I think they said this actually lived, so this was supposed to live, which would have been very freaking silly. I bet this was cussed at too, so it would have maybe killed this Ogerpon, or at least chipped it into range of like maybe one of the speed mons. But anyway, this is crazy because U-turn is literally bringing the Ogerpon out. I was literally talking about how it was hard to, okay, I guess my opponent's gonna time out. It was hard to get them on in, but U-turn just makes it harder to get it. Like, it's a higher, you're increasing the amount of difficulty it is to use them on at the cost of being able to pivot with it, right? It's not good into hazards because it can never have boots. It hates T-spikes, blah blah blah. It's not easy to get in, and it's not easy to win them with them on. You have to have a lot of skill. So that's really what kind of showed up here, right? There was a lot of, good prep. And, this is another one of those Healing Wish freaking Ogerpon teams, games that won in SCL, like 100% win rate. I won't deny it. But, that isn't to say that Ogerpon-Cornerstone as a whole has a 100% win rate. I think I was looking at some of the combinations that had like a 46. But, yeah, all in all, I think it's not that broken, not that busted. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's got a committed, predictable Terra, and really, I think the thing about the Mon is it. Like I said, I've said this over and over again. It's a high skill Mon. You kind of have to go into it. You got to be aggressive. You got to know when you can bring it in. If you're gonna hard switch it in on a BO team, if you're gonna try to, set up on somebody's team, you gotta know, is this Sash? Is this gonna be Scarf? And if it is Scarf and they have like a Mienshao or something like that, a Mienshao or a Zapdos Galar, you gotta know I can't click Power Whip here without getting, potentially punished, right? Like, if you want to keep the setup going, you gotta basically make predictions. That's what this team kind of was based off of. I was also kind of guilty of the Gardevoir and Ogerpon-Cornerstone. I perpetuated this team, and I might make this as submit this as a sample team even still. So I acknowledge its power, but you have to, coming from experience, put in work. You have to put in aggressive gameplay, and I think that our metagame shouldn't be afraid of people playing well in order to get the best usage out of their mod. You know, I don't think that we should be like, oh no, it's strong if you do the right things at the right times, and be like, okay, that makes it busted, right? Just because you can't necessarily easily wall them on, like on paper it's strong, doesn't mean that it's, you know, busted as a whole. And that's kind of just my general consensus of, or sorry, my general idea as to how I feel about the mod. But you know, if you feel different, you know, feel free to comment below, and don't forget to. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, I'd be more than willing to have more of a discussion kind of about it, and I'll probably try and get a little bit more on to smoke on to get other people's feelings about it. But yeah, thanks for watching. That's the end of this video.